Our supporting graphic is a headline from one of the reports from this, and it reads pretty simply. Education Department employees surprised to find their emails automatically changed to blame Democrats for shutdown. But it's not just Education Department. Many folks who went on their furlough because of the government shutdown went to out of office as basically they were told to do, because they will get a response saying that I'm not working right now. Please send your stuff to this person here or wait for this response because I'm not at work. And then they had their out of office basically changed automatically or by some admin, turned off, turned back on again, turned off, turned back on again, turned off, turned back on again. And in the toggles back and forth for many of the organizations, many of the government entities, many people who are now sitting at home waiting to figure out what they're going to do next. Surprised to find that the words coming out of their mouth were not the words coming out of their mouth. Their simple shutdown in out of office closing for furloughs, mentioning furlough some, mentioning just other things happening as well, basically was just a railing against the Democrats and saying we need your help to make sure that the Democrats lose. Literally. Let me go to the actual script of this message because that's where it gets Federal employees say their out-of-office emails were changed to blame Democrats for the shutdown without their consent. Reports center on the Education Department, where staff found auto-replies reset to partisan language after they tried to restore neutral versions of it. Similar messages appeared at other agencies, and some official websites actually state that it's the Democrats' fault. We need your help. America needs you to fight this. Reporting says the Office of Management and Budget encouraged agencies to use wording that faulted Democratic senators. Education Department staff and union reps say messages were updated centrally, while some communications officials denied that the language it was there. Others basically said what they were speaking was, quote, the truth about what's happening. It's Democrats' fault, and so we should tell them that, or by force, if you will. Ethics experts warn the government systems carrying partisan messages may violate the Hatch Act, which means the people that have these messages in their actual emails are violating the Hatch Act, and not on purpose, which would be something kind of cool because all these people were doing this thing on their own, but they're not. Most federal employees are barred from using official roles for political activity, and saying that Democrats forced me to go home from work is using your official role as a political activity. Watchdogs and lawmakers have called for investigations, though oversight is slowed because, there's this shutdown where people aren't doing any work. Partisan lines showed up across multiple departments, various channels, VA newsletters, agency homepages, auto replies at education, labor, and many other places. Separately, a senior State Department official sent an unusually partisan staff note about the shutdown. Unusual for the times and who we are, but not so much unusual for maybe the staffer, as things are what they are. It's unclear who technically made the changes or how widespread they became. Employees worry about being blamed for words they didn't write. Hatch Act, of course. Any inquiry will lead to a trace to what authorized the templates to pull out there are basically being done right now. But for things that this department does, they do things, they're bad, they don't take responsibility. They just claim that they won when they obviously are not. Supporters are saying the messages inform the public who is blocking funding and offering clarity during the confusing shutdown, blaming the Democrats. Critics say it's coercion, it's partisan speech in official systems, and could send some people to jail via the Hatch Act on something they didn't do. So there's that. How do you feel about the Democrats being blamed for the shutdown? How do you feel about government employees essentially using the government platforms to blame Democrats for the shutdown? How do you feel about these government employees not actually blaming the Democrats for shutdown, but their words on their sites and on their emails are saying it because someone changed that to say that? Your comments, very much warranted.